too much success with all their insightful views. Do you grow yourself or buy from the top shelf? Are you here to take the reins and gain back your health? Whatever it is, you know the biz. Leave a light, crack a pipe, and let's get on with it. If you want to acquire the knowledge, you don't have to go to college. You can just come hang with Aaron and Dave.
Welcome to the Elevated News Podcast with Two Dope Dudes. We're a podcast focused on discussing local and national cannabis news and culture. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Dave.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
I am doing good, brother. How are you?
I'm good. We were just doing some pre-show dabs.
I feel much better now.
What you dabbing on? We're always doing
Gelato number 41.
nice. Yeah, we're always doing pre-show dabs, but we never talk about the pre-show dabs. Who's it? Who's it by?
This would be a Verano product.
Verano. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's all right.
I got some Z Kittles by Archive.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Like that.
Show off the hash. Yum yum.
Nice.
Yeah.
That looks much nicer than mine.
Yeah, does it?
Well, see, the thing is about mine was it was free.
Oh no, I get it.
When then, it's really, that tastes good then.
Free does taste good.
Well, I don't know if it tastes good. let's not get as excited about it tastes good, because but it's not. It doesn't taste bad. Let's give it
as my friend Miles of Weed Should Taste Good would say, hash should taste good.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Miles gets it.
Miles understands intricately the hash game. So yeah. Shit.
How's things been with you? How's the house?
Dude, the house is great. Lots of stuff to do. I wish it would stop raining, but when it's not raining, I'm out in the yard doing stuff. It's awesome. And I got a lot of rhubarb and asparagus to harvest still.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been cool. But I got some plants in the ground. I got some starts in the ground. We'll see if they survive, but because it's a little frosty still, almost frosty,
Okay.
So hopefully they're hardy enough, and if not, I'm seed planting here in the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you got to come over soon. It's pretty in the backyard. Everything's bloomed. It's lots of flowers on all the trees.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah,
So
for
nice
sure.
back there.
I know.
Yeah.
What's good with you? How's everything?
Good. We're good. So I just realized today, well, it was last night actually, that I thought that I had saved a new iteration of my resume under this new name.
Yeah.
So I've been sending it out for a while. Yeah. No, you already got it with the face. It's all right. Listen, there'll be more. There'll be more that'll get a different version of something.
I mean,
bro, I hate resumes so much. I hate the fakeness. What happened to talk to somebody?
well, because you have to provide something that gets them interested or gets the AI bots interested in even passing along your resume.
Dude, see, that's what I think the problem might be.
That's something you might need to talk to Claude about.
Yeah.
You might need to write a script about writing AI scripts. That's what I do.
Yeah, I wonder if that's a thing. If they're just scrubbing it for...
Yeah, they are. I mean, obviously.
Or you think cannabis is a trigger word? You think
no, I think I think that most companies are looking for ways to cut cost or to take trivialized things like that, like searching through resumes and trying to make it easier on folks.
Yeah.
Probably because they don't have qualified folks to, actually do the thing. Because we
Yes.
don't have a lot of qualified individuals,
More and more relying on the Google search,
Yeah.
which is now the Chat GPT
I mean,
questions. Whatever.
honestly, a lot of it's networking, my man. A lot of it's networking.
Yeah, and I'm with you on that. It seems like that's the last few ways that I've gotten into some places has been by knowing somebody or just getting that glimpse. Yeah, the chance. What's
Yeah,
that?
you have to like go to all the shows and you have to shake all the hands and you have to try all the brands and you have to say nice things about all the people. And that's how you get ahead in the Illinois weed game. Or along with that, you have all the money.
Bro, let's just build a well, it's not the same.
No.
Let's say it was 100% tax write-offs on the old warehouse buildings, we're gonna be and warehouse equipment, dude. We could build, but it's just not cannabis, I don't think, because that's against kind of the federal stuff. So you probably wouldn't get the same breaks.
I mean, get in the hemp game.
Ooh, hemp warehouse.
Get in the hemp warehouse. Get that agricultural license.
Yeah, just get them. I mean, now's the time. Build a warehouse if you can.
Yeah, for no kidding. I mean, that's what everybody's doing anyway. Like it's all warehouses going up anyway. Well, I mean, you're down, you're back and forth, so you see it on the highway.
Yeah,
you see it going on the exit of the interstate. All the signs. Do better.
Within the last week, there have been some in the budget proposed by the federal government that there will be 100% write-offs for warehouse equipment, and then literally goes on to say these same write-offs will be extended to the production of or the building of a warehouse itself. So like you can build massive warehouses and stuff now.
It's a jobs program.
Tax-free. Yeah, I mean, hey.
But, I mean...
I just want to build a big cannabis warehouse.
I think it was Milt Friedman back in the day was visiting Germany or Russia or something. It might have been Russia. It might have been like Soviet Russia. And he was at some job site and they were proclaiming like all the stuff they were doing and why these guys were basically he was like, why are they using shovels? He's like, well, you don't get it. It's a jobs program. Like, we're providing these people, like we're digging these huge pits by hand. He's like, then why not use shovel or why not use spoons?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't really make sense. Like it's all made up.
Yeah.
It's all made up. It's a jobs program. That's all it is.
Hey, listen.
I'm just saying, I'm sorry.
Mostly only said that because I just want a massive fucking weed warehouse that I can.
Yeah, for sure. You could.
No, I really don't. I don't.
No,
I lied. That seems like too much work. You got to have too many fucking people employed. Too many people. A lot of them.
You have to be too involved.
Too many attitudes,
Yeah, you have to be too involved.
Yeah, and then what's really tough? Training.
Yep.
You know why? Because actually the people who need to train don't know what the fuck they're doing half the time. So then
that's because they don't have the support and they don't have buy-in from people that training works, because training actually does work. That was
it's definitely the way to go.
Yeah,
if you got good training schedules, then you win.
But people don't believe in the power of training, and people don't want to invest in training, and people don't want to make decisions about training. But training that's why the old union guys who are tradesmen, who have been through the schooling, who have like worked the program, understand that training works. You get trained to do something, you get hands-on knowledge, you get it drilled into your brain, you go out, you apply it, you do it, you understand it, you teach it back. Like that's what it is. But people are like, well, I just need the work done. Well, I mean, than hire the unskilled keep hiring the unskilled labor and complaining about
in
why
a game
you have to
where
fire
you're so
everybody.
tightly regulated, like just for cannabis at least in this game, because you're so tightly regulated,
Sure.
only a few people can know about the real shit that's going on, because if too many people knew, then that could like crumble the whole thing.
Well, then you have people putting stuff into bags, and then you're just
then you use metric and you can just hide it all anyway.
Well,
But you know what I
welcome
mean?
to the diversion market.
Yeah. No, brother,
How else are the companies going to be able to, because they can't sell it in their own states, so let's divert it somewhere else.
Man. Brilliant.
Yeah, metric. So, hey, let's do plugs out of the way. Let's get out of the way. We got plenty of news to talk about today.
Yes, sir.
And good stuff. Hell yeah. You can find us, the Elevated News Podcast with Two Dope Dudes, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all your other favorite podcast and streaming apps. Two Dope Dudes YouTube channel. Please give us a like, leave a review, subscribe. Please subscribe. Yeah. I always forget to say that. Please subscribe. It helps us reach more people. You can find us on supportdopepeople.com. I'm going to update that. Along with links to our other pods and free stickers just by providing your email and address. Email us at Two Dope Dudes YouTube channel. If you have a condition for Dave's Conditional Cannabis Corner, email us at twodopedudes YouTube channel. Or anything else you'd like to talk about.
Yo, on Thursday night, what are you doing? If you're not hanging out with me, you're probably missing out on a lot of fun. Peace, love, and cope on YouTube. There's just a live chat. You can ask me anything. I try my best to make it a place for people to come and get advice on how to take your health back into your own hands.
Mm-hmm.
But also, too, mental health's a big part of that. So you will see a lot of laughters and jokes, and hopefully,
a lot of it, same community that we have here in the live chats on Wednesdays. And,
brilliant crossover going on here right now.
Oh, yeah.
Feels like
friends bringing friends.
Yeah.
People supporting dope people. That's what it's all about.
And friends have been bringing friends. That's cool as can be.
Hell yeah.
I like it.
Oh, yeah.
Tell your friends.
I like seeing the growing community over in the getting the understanding of the medical side.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Dope. And I was thinking about that the other day. Like, I kind of want to, because there's so many growers that have been coming in, I think I want to talk to that side of things where the consumer, or what the consumers need more. And I think that I would love to see some of the growers transition away from trying to be the coolest new genetics or the biggest, baddest, whatever, into trying to breed for more robust cannabinoid profiles.
That's
exotic terpenoids, exotic cannabinoids, and where do you start that? I don't know. I'm not the grower, right? Maybe it is in somewhere in the genetics. Maybe you can find something that's a little bit whatever. But I think in playing with, actually, some of the environment, you can probably find. That
reminds me, our friend Tim Crackerseed gave me some autoflower CBD genetics last year that I think I'm going to pop those maybe outside in an earth box.
Super cool.
Yeah. But again, that's always been the thing. I'm a medical caregiver who's, a home grower, and you should be taking these things into account if you're growing. Understand what you're using it for. If you're just trying to be the cool grower, then cool, go be the cool grower. But if you're using it for medicine, you should definitely understand the genetics, and you should understand how it can affect you.
Also,
and what you should be breeding for, what you should be growing for.
Yeah, I think we talked about it the other day too, or maybe we mentioned in here, the idea that this CRISPR can come around and transition a wheat or a something of that nature into a THC molecule doesn't leave much. It's not very hopeful for the cannabis grower who only knows how to produce a heavy THC thing.
Right.
And trust me, robust cannabis, like just quality cannabis, will always be in demand because there will be a market for the consumer of that and not just some plain THC product. But um, yeah, I think the way that you end up separating yourself is by growing something that isn't just THC, you know? And I'm sure with CRISPR, they'll be able to change the genes of all the cannabinoids, whatever,
Yeah.
but there's something to the organic naturalness and the entourage effect or whatever that goes on there that is super desirable.
Oh yeah. Hey, let's get to YouTube comments.
Run it.
Cool. Full screen it so I can read it. Dr. Danknugs. Go check out our friend. You would know him formerly, Corey Kindbuds, Danknugs, now Dr. Danknugs. Wednesday nights, I think it's like 7 p.m. Central Time.
Oh
But I
yeah.
think he's Eastern. He's got his Wednesday night show. Check him out. Another great episode. I love my Wednesday cannabis news. We appreciate you. John Voight, smash that shit. Why? Because I watch that shit. John,
Oh yeah.
always there. Cole Memo, smash button liked, like button smashed.
Hell yeah.
And then all the friends in the live chat. If you're not here, what are you doing with your life?
Ooh.
Yeah, check out Ralph Wiley Homegrow. Daily Homegrown, Chi-Town Hi-Fi, John Voight, Cole Memo. Yeah. AABB. Elkanah, always around. The Growing Goat.
Also, for everybody listening, a lot of these people who are commenting and chatting and everything, they also have like YouTube channels and they've got a lot of good content going on out there.
Yep.
I've been listening to a lot of Cole's stuff lately.
Yeah.
He had a super interesting guest the other day. Um, the lady who wrote the book, were you there for that? Did you hear that one?
No, I
It was
don't
pretty
think
good.
so.
But like military background. Anyway, it was
Yeah.
it was interesting and it was a different take from like average cannabis talk, but to
Yep.
hear somebody's perspective. And I wish I wasn't driving so that I could have like interacted more in the chat or whatever. But yeah, I'm loving
Yeah.
listening to some of these other people's content and
Yeah, it's really cool
perspectives.
stuff. You'll notice everybody in the chat ends up with a wrench. That's so that everybody can go and subscribe to each other. It's just YouTube allows. So if you're in the live chat, you're probably going to get a wrench. You can subscribe to everybody's channel that's here as well. As Dave was saying, here was our stuff with the Cole Memo. We ended up streaming it to his channel and our channel. So that was cool. So we got some comments there too. Medicated Midwest, great combo with this group. Thanks for listening. Looking forward to the next one.
Oh yeah.
Brandon Krieger, great show as always. Medicated Midwest said the genetics in Illinois are just a direct comparison and copy of California, Colorado, Oregon, etc. Sad because there's so many good breeder selections locally as well as nationwide that aren't getting the recognition compared to the major players in the market. Yeah, and
so here, and I'll tell you my perspective at it and what I've actually seen legitimately.
Sure.
The local growers are getting pulled in. If you're
Yeah.
any good at it, any good at interviewing, resumeing, getting to the point where at least they can interview you, then they say, okay, what genetics do you have? What can you show us that you have done before? And then anybody who has anything good, they're just taking those genetics, bringing it in house and growing it now. And that's how new genetics are showing up. But the thing, we don't even know what the names mean anymore in Illinois.
Right.
We're lost. The genetics, the naming does not speak to the genetics like they used to, right?
Well,
Naming conventions
yeah,
used to.
because we have corporate cannabis. So the local breeders get pulled into corporate cannabis, and that's different than just growers and cannabis. Period. Right.
Yeah, yeah. I just, there's no representation for, and this is what we talked about with coal also, is this become such a
Yeah.
consumer packaged good, right? Like it's just literally for you're buying off of a different appeal than for what's actually in the package. It got really weird and watered down where there's like fake numbers, fake names, flashy colors and shit that you're forced to purchase off of.
Right.
And a lot of it too, it's like, I don't want to say fabricated, but like forced Google reviews that make people credible in this space now. Like, if you can like tell a bunch of people who are coming in that you're giving free joints to go leave a review on why the joint was good, or just give it a 5-star review and you'll get the joint for free. And that's how you're boosting these reviews. And people nowadays, like, go on Amazon. It's a prime example. Go look at a rating. Okay. It says 4.5 stars. This one says 4.2. You're buying the one where 4.5% of or the 4.5 stars worth of people have given it likes, right? You don't buy the other one. So like, this is a race for likes and thumbs ups and flashy packaging and whatever. And it's gone away from like a quality race, because cannabis as a whole is good. Cannabis nowadays, anything, and it's not that it's good as in quality standards, it's good as in there's enough THC to cause intoxication, which is what a lot of people want to do. So now, like I said, it's not a race for quality; it's a race for quantity. And
well, again, the companies only can do what the state will allow them to do. So the state has said this is the market this is the lane that you can operate in, and companies are operating in that lane. Now, I bet that if you asked the companies if they thought they had a good quality cannabis product in private, they probably wouldn't tell you yes. They're
not cannabis people, so I think that's the thing. Is there's so many people who are
there's
convinced.
A lot of them that are not cannabis people.
Bro, I promise you, and I'm not even trying to be rude. You've heard me say this before, and this is what I think a lot of people in cannabis get stuck by. Ugly baby syndrome, dude. And I'm not trying to be rude, but if you actually give birth to a baby and that baby's ugly, and I'm not saying this to be rude, all life is beautiful, all things are whatever. But if there's something that isn't averagely okay, right? It has a horn or something. You're like, oh, it's okay. It's perfectly fine. We're like, we do the same thing with cannabis. If all of a sudden the cannabis has an imperfection, we go, oh, well, I grew it. It's mine. I paid for it. Is the same mental process as I grew it. So I paid for it. This is mine now. You can't talk bad about it. Mine's good. And if you're on a massive scale growing quantities of cannabis and you don't really have to consume because the market is consuming enough of it, you don't ever have to pay attention to quality. You don't ever have to pay attention. All you have to pay attention to is making sure that the next grow cycle is on schedule, according to whoever comes back and reports that to you. And then whoever is making sure of that, like, how much do they care about their job to make sure that it's important? You know what I mean? Like, through the system, there is a big disconnect of quality control, right? Or like, what is quality?
Yeah. They don't even know the quality that to expect,
and
they don't even.
Some people prefer to go to McDonald's on their birthday.
What are you going to do about it, Dave?
No, hey, just keep talking. Keep trying to promote, Do you
see this news?
Which one?
So apparently there's been some Molotov cocktails.
Yeah, this is probably not the answer to a bad cannabis market.
I'm not advocating that anybody. I never advocate for violence. I am not advocating for violence. No. I'm anti-violence.
Yeah,
I believe in the non-aggression principle. So anyway,
no, this is just
saying that up top. So a suspect was seen breaking into West Suburban Cannabis Dispensary and throwing a lit-up Molotov cocktail in a similar manner to recent attacks in Chicago, police said. Villa Park police are investigating after someone apparently tried to set fire to a cannabis dispensary on Saturday. Surveillance video showed the crime around 4 a.m. on Saturday at the cannabis store on East Roosevelt Road in Villa Park, just 20 minutes from downtown Chicago. Police said someone broke the window and then threw what appeared to be a Molotov cocktail into the dispensary. The flame quickly went off and the suspect ran off. Police think the attack may be linked to two similar attacks at cannabis dispensaries in Chicago. And this happened on April 19th and April 27th on Milwaukee Avenue in Damon.
What? I can't even and dude, I think this is like my big thing. I try my hardest to find a level of empathy and not for oh my God, they're doing something okay. No, I try to put myself in somebody else's shoes and go, why have you gone so off the deep end where you're targeting dispensaries?
Yeah.
What'd the dispo do?
One of them is still closed down, I believe.
Yeah, because they had fire inside their shit.
Yeah, well,
It's
they
crazy
had
as hell.
somebody trying to light the Jefferson Park location is temporarily closed until further noticed, is what it says. Yeah, from Illinois News Joint.
Yeah, like I said, I can't even come up with a motive as to why you would target directly unless you're you're somebody pissed off by the cannabis
Well, number
market because
one, they said they smelled gas. So if this guy's using gasoline, if he's putting gasoline in a bottle and with a rag and then lighting the rag, he is dumb. That's not the way to do it. There's better ways. Download, I don't know. Find a better DIY on Reddit or something, dude.
yeah,
I
that's
don't
not
even know what to
yeah.
say. I don't
That's
even know what
not
to
a
say.
yeah.
That's
I
that's
just
that's
like I
not the way
said,
to do it.
dumb. I've watched a
Like,
lot of things happen around cannabis dispensaries where I'm like, oh, okay, what is your
yeah.
how unintelligent are you for the
Do you
I don't
really
know.
want to ask that question, Dave?
No. I don't know why destruction is ever the answer. I don't know why harm, destruction, anything that's deteriorative, I just can't. I don't know. I
Okay.
smoke too much or something in my life. I'm too happy.
All right.
Yep.
Yes, Ohio. This Wednesday, which is today, Ohio House Judiciary Committee will convene at 9 a.m. in room 113 to hear opponent testimony on two significant pieces of legislation, House Bill 160 and House Bill 198. This is in Ohio. These bills propose differing approaches to regulating hemp-derived products, and their outcomes could have substantial impacts on consumers, businesses, and the state's hemp industry, just like Illinois. So this is what's going currently in Ohio. Recently passed by the Ohio Senate, SB 86 aims to restrict the sale of intoxicating hemp products such as Delta 8 THC to licensed marijuana dispensaries. This bill also proposes a 10% tax on these products and mandates product testing and age verification, probably something that already happens. House Bill 160. I'm sure it falls under their no smokable products to under 18 people, right? Like you would think that.
At least.
House Bill 160 in March seeks to revise the liquor control, hemp, and adult use marijuana laws. The bill proposes limiting the sale of intoxicating hemp products to licensed dispensaries, capping THC potency levels, and eliminating certain social equity provisions established by previous legislation.
Oh, I would love to see this capping THC potency levels.
Yeah, that's again, you're regulating nature in a way
Yeah.
that's not intelligent. House Bill
We'll give you
198.
some, but not too much. Well, how much is too much according to you? Any, but we're gonna give you some. It's like this weird, like, I don't know. People who don't know. So they just make up things that scare them less than other things. It's dumb.
Okay, so here we go. And then House Bill 198, this bill looks like it focuses on regulating the manufacture, distribution, and sale of inhalable and ingestible hemp products. So here's the contrasting part. House Bill 160, you asked about the THC capping, 70% for extracts, 35% for plant material, and eliminate the social equity stuff.
Well, you can't do that then. How the fuck do you make a distillate? Which is
Right.
literally used and this is the whole thing. It is just dumb people making up dumb laws.
It is. It's very, very dumb. So
Dude,
that's, yeah. You can present testimony. You can also present a witness form by 9 a.m. On Tuesday, which this will be too late for you to do so. So I hope you did it beforehand. I'm sorry I didn't get this beforehand. I wish I would have done this one last week. But, good luck to Ohio, because it looks like your state is starting to do the same thing that we're doing here.
Oh, it's just confusion. And it's like, yeah.
It's pretty rough. But
yeah.
Yeah, we should have some Ohio people on here soon, for
Let's
sure.
do it, yeah. Because this is like limit access,
Yeah,
control access, which is like, I get it. The third, if anything, I feel like that 198, seems like completely reasonable.
yeah,
The bill emphasizes consumer safety through mandatory product testing and age restrictions, but it also allows broader retail access by permitting
yeah. It seems that focuses more on manufacture, distribution, and sale, and seems more common sense. Like, all right, this is how we treat the other products, so let's treat them similarly.
Let's hope
at
you get
least that
198.
mostly makes sense. I'm not saying that it's the best thing in all.
No,
you know
listen,
what I'm saying? But
if
I'm like, at least that kind of tracks.
if you have to pick between these bills here,
Yeah, don't
God,
let
you
perfect
definitely want
become the enemy
198.
of good. But always, if you already have the right, it's not up to the government to regulate that right. There's no need for it. It's a right for a reason. Let's look at this one. Gavin Newsom's 26% cannabis tax hike is now official. We don't talk a lot about California stuff, but they have been a market for a very long time, and it is beneficial to point to them in some instances and say, look what could become of our cannabis market. Like, let's not become this. Am I right?
Well, so here's the thing. The hike here is from 15 to 19%. It is a 26% increase of the overall number. And it's not a 26% increase as it went from 15% to 41%. No, it went from 15 to 19.
Correct.
And this is just another instance of it doesn't matter. We've talked about it a lot lately. No matter what side of the aisle you live on, right? Because this is a Democratic heavy state. They are just increasing taxes.
Not just
Ohio,
that, but very progressive.
what's that?
Very progressive in their laws. So they're very much about making as much money as they can and giving that back to underprivileged people and programs that they feel benefit society. So they're taking taxes, taking all the tax money from the state because the state doesn't produce anything. It can only take taxes, and then they're giving it back to other people who they choose.
I don't know. It's just that here you are getting limited access by increased tax rate.
Mhm.
In the last article we were just reading, both of those Ohio representatives are Republican, right? So you got a Democrat trying to limit access by increased, and it's not that they're trying to limit access; they're trying to profit more from doing nothing again, like you just said. But on the other side, you have the other people trying to say, listen, limit the THC percentages, limit
What
the who can sell it, increase the tax rate, make sure that you have to have a license and they're strict. It's just like, dude,
What's crazier is that a lot of these hemp businesses have been around in the states longer than the cannabis markets have been legal or even around, and they've been paying their state taxes and paying their business license and operating within the state without a problem for a number of years, and now they're being regulated to death and having their whole way of life and their markets threatened because corporate cannabis, which is very unfortunate. And that's because the states regulated it in such a way to, make it that way.
here's the thing,
I'm
though.
just saying, don't blame corporate cannabis. I mean, but also, understand what the bigger picture is and
In,
where you can change it at.
in some of these markets, and this is what sucks, right? Because uh, an increase like this is so it almost becomes unnoticeable to a degree. I'm not saying that it isn't noticed, but their cost of product initially is lower because they have better access to cultivation and manufacturing.
Hmm.
So when your prices are low like this and you increase the thing by it's 4%, right? Like at the end
Right.
of it, though the jump is 26% from 15 to 19, it is a 4% increase of tax.
And it's because the revenue is falling.
Well,
This
and
is this was written into a law. If their revenue falls, then they have to increase the taxes because we can't not continue to collect money from this.
make the same amount, right? Well, and that's the other thing too, is that like price compression is a thing. So like cannabis is in a bad space right now, kind of. I
Yes.
mean, it's in a good space because it's definitely progressing, but
Yes.
without federal backing and with having the confusion between the farm bill on a federal level and then what each state is trying to represent now, there is so much confusion around something that is so straightforward, right? The plant is very scientifically straightforward. The plant is very mathematically straightforward. um, the people who exist around this space, anybody who understands the hemp or the cannabis argument, both knows that it is the dumbest thing in the world because both of them are the same. They're one and the same, and they're just represented on two different ideas. And it's not that they're the same, but they are the same, right? There's similarities, and the idea that it's so confused is it's almost laughable. And I think that's why, you know, we have so much conversation. That's why we can talk for as long as we can on
I
this subject
mean,
because the tug of war back and forth is laughable.
it's I it just goes to show that, I mean, it's just the latest thing that states are jumping on to, collect revenue. I mean that's
Oh,
what it's like.
100%.
It's like it's the gold rush. It's the gold rush.
100%.
And if the big daddy government won't get involved, then little daddy government will, daddy state will.
Well, and the thing is,
If they want to make money about it.
they're using very small tweaks to try to squeeze as much juice as they can out of this thing. But they're like, they're not even aware that they gotta be how much juice is left in the damn thing, right? They're just not because of the limitations of access.
Mhm.
They're not allowing this thing to grow to the capacity of what people spending their money on cannabis could be. I genuinely believe that people desire to spend more of their money. Anybody who has money is okay with spending it on cannabis, and a quality or quantity doesn't matter. We'll fucking rifle it in there. Um, you know, it's just weird that yeah, I don't know. I think that governments should allow better access to see what kind of squeeze they can get. And if it doesn't happen, eventually they'll just go, "Oh, this has become stagnant. It's
Mhm.
no longer an ascent. It's no longer growing up. It just become a stagnant thing. And now that it's only going to make this amount of money, what new industry can we introduce that would then pull some money out?" And dude, I'm telling you, I can't wait for like adult use, like psilocybin and things of that nature. I think that that is
I mean, I think it's coming. Check this out.
taxable.
I know how a top marijuana company landed Kentucky's most coveted medical cannabis. Okay, think about that. I can't even finish that because you said it's taxable.
Yeah.
Yes, but the more people that do mushrooms and think about taxes is bad for the government.
You think that
Just
they're
think
okay
about
'cause,
that,
like,
man.
y it's too enlightening?
I think so.
It's too productive.
I
You're
think it's
actually
too
capable
productive.
of going and doing
Yes.
too much.
Yes.
But so then they're okay with cannabis because it does kind of carry that lazy connotation. You'll just
Yes.
chill the fuck out and
And we can regulate the hell out of it.
yeah, and tax the piss out of it.
Yep.
Well,
How a
I
top
mean,
marijuana company landed Kentucky's most coveted medical cannabis license. Cannabis tied to Chicago based Cresco Labs submitted 128 expensive applications for Kentucky medical cannabis licenses. They landed two, delivering the most coveted cultivator operation back to Cresco. One of the largest marijuana companies. They got the tier 3 and a tier 2. Is that correct?
correct. So tier 3 is I think like 20 something thousand square feet. It's the biggest one of them. I
Notice it's
kind of
a management services agreement. Management services agreement.
well, and this is so this is what I've been saying for a little bit
Yes.
too. There are bigger companies that are just going to be the parents or
Mhm.
the management company, like it says here, the managers, the management services agreement, right? They're the management service company,
Mhm.
and they'll manage your services and help you get up and going. And then ultimately it's fueled by them. Their
Right.
name is what you're representing now.
Their genetics.
Yeah, it's their marketing, bro.
Yeah.
Ultimately, you're going to just further the brand recognition and representation of Cresco. And it's not, like I said, I'm not disappointed by this as much. I'm not trying to
Huh.
hate people. I'm not trying to throw shade. I'm not anything. This just plays in so closely to another article that we'll bring up in a second too. But like,
Yeah.
if one company can parent and help represent 128 licenses, 128 applications for licenses
Yep.
at a cost of $740,000,
Right.
it makes it very hard for other people to enter the market with their own ideas and to make any level of competition happen.
You're right.
This is where like monopolization comes about, and like it becomes really, oh shit. Now there's a, oh man, is there a big sea worth of cannabis players out there, but each one of these moves makes it a little bit more cut and dry. Eventually there will be a Coca-Cola, there will be a Pepsi, and if you want to come out as another brand, a 7-Up or some fucking, what is it, that other Dr. Pepper and that shit, you
Sierra
kind of,
Mist.
what's that?
Sierra Mist.
No, that's a fucking Pepsi product, bro. All them things
You
are
said
all
7-Up?
Pepsi or Coke owned. All
Sprite?
the bottled water companies,
Yeah, yeah,
Dasani
yeah.
and all that shit's all Pepsi owned. All the new fucking everything is Pepsi or Coke owned for the most part. And there's little
Or
guys who
Disney
have
owned.
bottling companies, but like it's really we're evolving this market into a thing, and it bang, you nailed it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and just
This
rifle
is a good one. So, pot business owners seek relief from strict and costly regulations on legal cannabis industry. This is from Chicago Sun-Times. Rep. LaShawn Ford joined several business owners Saturday in calling on state lawmakers to reform the state's recreational and medical cannabis laws to give social equity licensees a fair playing field in the market. Right now is right around the time where they're getting ready to probably announce some omnibus stuff. I know that there is a bill that's been people have been asking for witness slips about removing the odor-proof language and the why a police may stop you, whether it's burnt or unburnt cannabis. That's going on right now. They're kind of getting ready. So expect to see some media about this, but this seems to be some good media. I like some of the things that they're saying here. Illinois cannabis business owners are planning for relief from the state's steep licensing fees and overly burdensome regulations. State Rep. LaShawn Ford joined several of the business owners Sunday at a news conference near West Side, urged his colleagues in the Illinois General Assembly to reform the state's recreational medical cannabis laws to give social equity licensees a fair playing field in the market. I say let's go even farther and just let's rewrite the whole thing because it's all bad.
Dude, it's really weird, and this plays into I mean, it piggybacks the last article we were just talking about, that these two played together.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, okay, let's assume that the state goes into this and decreases the licensing fees, the application costs, the whatever, so that people don't have to spend as much up front for the licensing, okay? Whatever. If Cresco's able to be part of $740,000 worth of cannabis applications or cultivation applications.
Yep.
And this is just cultivation, I believe. I don't even know if that has anything to do with dispensaries. If they have, and maybe it's not all of their capital going up, right? Maybe it's just their name as their management company. Oh, Cresco's how we're going to manage it. Whoever this little small group is that can come up with the 5,000 or whatever to get their application costs, and then they come up with the 10,000 or whatever to hold the license, and then they come up with the retainer fee for the whatever, it's 50,000 you got to have in a bank account somewhere, 250,000 you got to hold in a bank that can't be touched just for anything. All the weird things that have come up to like limit how somebody can operate in this space, where all the while, like I just said, Cresco gains more recognition.
Mm-hmm.
The people on the ground are actually doing all the work and suffering and trying to hurry the fuck up and get stuff done, to find out that like eventually we're not even either good enough at it, or we don't have the SOPs right. We keep running into mold issues. We keep doing something. God damn it. Okay, now we really need your management services. Come in here. And at that point, it's like, well, why don't you just sell it to us? We can take over and just really do this.
Yeah.
And we'll bring in our entire group. And then you kind of get phased out as the ownership group. And it doesn't even matter. Your equity in this thing, your claim to any bit of the market ends up kind of getting dried up by these bigger players who are going to take your share anyway. This is like the saddest thing, because let's even just assume the big players, okay, every license that you go up, let's do this. One license,
Mhm.
$1,000 cost.
Yep.
2 licenses, $2,000 cost per each license. 3,000, 3 licenses. Each license costs 3,000 now. The more that you go up, tax them for having 10 fucking dispensaries if that's what you want to do. If you want to make it fair like this, I think it could be fair for you to do that. If you have only 5,000 square feet of canopy space, then only tax our product based off of one. What's the other ones? It's 1/44th the size of the other one. So tax us at 1/44th the rate to do the stuff because the other players are. That would seem logical and
They
reasonable, right?
the state could also stop spending so much damn money and expanding so much, and stop taxing people, and let people live quality lives.
Hey.
I'm just saying. I mean, quality of life is what everybody's searching for, right?
Yeah.
That's what everybody wants, is a nice quality of life, and good people around them, and for the state to stay out of their business.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to do some Dave's Conditional Cannabis Corner?
Run that.
Hell yeah.
You got some symptoms from your condition to help you feel better. That is my mission. At the Conditional Cannabis Corner, you can get that information, and it won't even cost you a quarter.
All right, friends. Thank you. Today we're going to talk about ocular pressure in glaucoma patients. Glaucoma is kind of like it almost has the same recognition that like Cheech and Chong do around cannabis. Glaucoma is the one that like everybody has made jokes on stage about for I got the glaucoma. But I've run into glaucoma patients. I've gone golfing with one of them, a greatest guy ever. Sonny was great at dudes. Anyway, glaucoma is no fucking joke. What these people are going through, the pressure buildup in the eye that is causing the deterioration of the rods and cones, which is ultimately causing them to lose their sight, is it sucks. I've also what was my anyway, I had another friend, great guy. Anyway, to reduce ocular pressure, we all have to agree THC and a abundance of THC is very good for reduction of initial eye pressure, but also good at vasodilation. It helps dilate the um, rods and cones in the eyes with blood flow, right? So it helps kind of give a burst of um, vision. And that's from literally a patient that I sat across from me. Said, like, it's great when I can just get these. It's like all of a sudden I feel like I can see so much better. And there's some strains that do it really well and there's some that don't. And we pulled through it. And obviously historical records will tell you high abundance of THC. The other thing that ends up being really good for so inhalation, right? Quick bursts of high dose of THC seems to be the best for that level of quick stimulation. But for long term, for something that you wouldn't notice in the same quickness, I watched a couple of patients get really good results from the Pashadi method long term. It's also in, again, like scientific, anybody who knows what the Pashadi method, you can go look it up. It will tell you that those nerves that you're stimulating also connect to the eyes, and it helps with ocular pressure. So I had a couple of patients that was like, try this out, just be more consistent with it, right? Because to get the relief from the pressure itself, because it actually is like kind of from what he said, it's like throbbing at times, like, man, I just want to like rub my eyes, like I just want to like hold them. So he's like, the relief of that pressure comes on pretty quick, but like also the idea that I can see again is just so, it's the most beautiful thing. So inhalation quick, it's beautiful, right? But how do we stimulate that, the eyes, so that the pressure is reduced on a longer term and not so quickly, because inhalation is quick onset and quick metabolism, right? So it onsets in like 1 to 5 minute, it metabolizes in like an hour to three. So how do we keep that thing as stimulated as we can? And the Pashadi method is it. And I think doing a Pashadi method with something that also has CBD as well. And then again, you'll always hear me say, no matter what condition you have, if you are dealing with a condition, including anything cancerous, anything with consistent inflammation, spasticity, pressure of any sorts, if you're not regulating your system consistently with CBD, you're missing something. That thing is very good at boosting your immune system and helping regulate all of that pressure and spasticity and pain. So Pashadi method in conjunction with high dose inhalation THC, and dabs are okay. That's obviously like the highest level of whatever, but watch out. What I saw happen was oversaturation with high dosing of something can cause that response to maybe not respond as regularly. Where I think, consistent flower, something in the higher, and I hate to even do this because I hate percentages and I don't think many of them are accurate, but something in the higher 20% THC categories, right? If you're into 30s and 40s, even what people are willing to write on a label, how can I have keef that's 32%, 35%, but your flower somehow with flower material in it is more THC percentage than the flower structure? Just doesn't make sense. So anyway, moral of my whole rant here, do high THC inhalation, maybe more through flower. And I like flower anyway because of entourage effect. I'm not telling you that in moments and in instances, doing a dab of something, a concentrate of sorts in your smoking, even if you put some concentrate in your flower product and smoke that, it is more saturation of THC. But I just think you need a high dose to get there. I think once you get that high dose and get the stimulation of the eyes, get that burst of whatever, I don't know that THC is going to come in there and build any more rods or cones, right? And I think that that's where having that conversation with the glaucoma patients that I did in the past was, some of them knew their rod and cone count, right? They know exactly how many are left and what they're clinging to. And, I think that let's preserve that the best that we can. So overstimulating with too much THC might not be the best. Try to get some CBD in that. Try the Pashadi method on consistency. And by consistency, I mean maybe 3-4 times a day, there's nothing that's going to harm you by doing so. Anyway, that's my take on how to best use cannabis to treat ocular pressure in glaucoma patients. And if you are a glaucoma patient, you have any questions, you're looking at local cannabis and you don't know what the best products for yourself is, you can always ask me. I'm more than willing to look at your local offerings and try to offer my best suggestions for products that, fit the delivery mechanisms I'm talking about, fit the cannabinoid profiles that I'm speaking on. The cannabis has a lot of really good uses to it. And for people who are dealing with this, now again, I told you I had a friend I went golfing with, Sonny, amazing man. He could barely even see. He would have me line him up to the ball so that he could swing at it sometimes, and he could see out of one part of the corner of his eye. So you could see Sonny start to like really try to find where that ball went sometimes. And every once in a while, I go, "Hey son, let's take a quick puff of this." And he's like, "Man, I'm pretty intoxicated." I said, "But let's just check if it stimulates the eyes a little bit." Boom, he would take that hit. He'd go, "Hey, you know what? Boy, I can see just a little bit better now." And then he'd hit it, and then he'd sit down. We'd make jokes about how, now he's more intoxicated. He ain't going to, now I ain't going to be able to stand over the ball. It doesn't matter. I can finally see it, but I'm going to be stand over it. But no, it was, I think there is stimulation here, and I've seen it work for people, and there's different methods to it too. It's not just big bursts of THC, and maybe it's not overdoing THC at the same time. Anyway, that's my take on it. Hopefully, you're doing okay out there. If you got any questions, please leave them in the comments or the email, twodopedudes at gmail.com.
Heck yeah. Right. Great. Hell yeah. Dave's Conditional Cannabis Corner, number 3 in the books. I love it. Everybody loves it, dude. We've been getting really good feedback on it. And I know I appreciate it. I know Dave appreciates it. So, trying to help people take their health back in their own hands. And if you're going to grow it, know why and what you're growing and for what reason.
Hey,
it's real easy.
And if you're growing for you, baby, enjoy it.
Yeah, enjoy it.
No matter what.
Hell yeah, dude. Great show.
Yeah.
Any closing words you want to wrap up on?
Nah, it's fucked up. My brain said no ugly babies in this place, but then I didn't want to say it, but then now I just can't stop saying the words in my head. Now you're okay. If you're growing it, it's a beautiful thing, dude. There's no real,
grow clean medicine. If you're growing it for medicine, grow it the cleanest way you can.
And then just love it. And then it's okay. And if other people don't love it, it's okay too. Mm-hmm. This is not not everything has to be a competition.
That's right. And fighting in the community is stupid. Physical altercations are even more stupid. And
I saw a physical altercation at an event.
I think I showed you
my feed the other day, and I was like, wait. I recognize a tent in this thing. I know them creators, I think. And I was like, why are people fighting at this is the market? I don't know. Who fucking knows?
Why are people torching dispensaries?
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
It's dumb.
Are people even, man, we got to work on this atomic bong, dude.
Atomic bong.
We got to work on it.
I hear that little 3-legged thing needs to go out.
The piranha.
That's the first time I've heard it. This whole time we've recorded. First time I ever heard her. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, good, dude. The piranha gets a little nuts sometimes.
Nah, that's the first time I've heard her.
Good.
So, hey,
all right.
We love you all. Smoke weed every day.
Yo, ding dong, we're done here. Time to go.